Alright, hello everyone. This is Jose Reyes. I am at the Guadalupe River State Park for my geography in my backyard final assignment, and so it's pretty close to my house, and let's see what kind of things we identify here. As we walk through initially here, we'll see some of the biotic and chemical erosion. As you can see right here on this limestone, which is primarily what is found on this side of the country. Call it the hill country. And we see some of these processes have been taking place for some time now. This limestone's got some discoloration and the biotic weathering from the cedar trees here that break apart these large sections of rock. There's a couple of better spots that we'll identify. As far as the weathering, this is a pretty good example nearby. Some of these other sections here have the more examples of carbonation. We see these tiny holes all above and throughout the rock here, and then some larger holes that are caused through the carbonic acid when it's reacting. The carbonic acid that's found in the rainwaters is reacting with the limestone chemically. So we'll see some more of that reaction with the carbonic acid here. I've identified a few more spots with the trees growing out and separating and breaking through these large portions of limestone here as well. That tree's been here for a bit. Take another stroll down this path here. So we see a lot of the erosion continuing. Looks like maybe some of this was fairly new. As we see the discoloration, the difference in the color here, you got more of a white color, lighter color than the rest of the limestone here as well. See some of that. Okay, so here are some more examples of biological and chemical weathering and some mass wasting here. See how this piece kind of broke off. You can see it perfectly fit right in here. The discoloration, pretty good evidence of that there. And the moss and the algae, the carbonation that formed see the grass starting to grow through here as well. And pretty soon that large piece will be part of the mass wasting process as well. It looks like it's gonna collapse as well. So evidence of fluvial erosion. See, maybe as it rains, rainfall comes down, it comes underneath the edge, and in time, you know, it can be a rill. And maybe, you know, if we get some pretty heavy rain like we've been having in this season, and it can maybe create some faster gully type flow in here and start to erode underneath there, as you can see. And again, chemical processes here. See the moss or the algae, the carbonation here, the carbonic acid in the rain, again creating these marble-sized holes, some even smaller, some a bit larger, but some evidence of fluvial erosion. See, maybe as it rains, rainfall comes down, it comes underneath the edge, and in time, you know, it can be a rill. And maybe, you know, if we get some pretty heavy rain like we've been having in this season, and it can maybe create some faster gully type flow in here and start to erode underneath there, as you can see. And again, chemical processes here. See the moss or the algae, the carbonation here, the carbonic acid in the rain, again creating these marble-sized holes, some even smaller, some a bit larger, but all right. So I'm standing on one of the bluffs on the south side of the Guadalupe River, just kind of overlooking this perennial stream. Is what it is. It's not a intermittent, definitely a meandering stream. It's got a pretty unique pattern. Doesn't really go straight or you know, the sinuous stream pattern either. Doesn't contain that smooth flow, but it is a perennial meandering stream. And this basin was these two bluffs rather overlooking the Guadalupe River. So all right, so here's some of the limestone that sheared off from the bluff right up above us. And you can see the erosion process here from the cut bank. This is where all the people are, but this is the cut bank side here, this bluff, and you can see all of the new spots where the discoloration is from the different chemical erosion process is. See the new lighter discoloration. Maybe even looks like some sandstone deposited in there. And then we see these giant pieces of sediment that sheared off and landed here on the edge of the river. See a large piece underwater there. And then all of the river rock that formed from the deposition. You see the rounded formation of the rocks from the process of saltation as they're bounced down the river. See how smooth some of these rocks are. That one right there. Versus the jagged edge of the rocks that can't be carried due to the lower stream competence of the Guadalupe River. Kind of an interesting piece right here. You can see all the biotic and chemical weathering again. All of the pebble-sized holes left from the carbonic acid in the rainwater again. Pretty interesting formations that are left. Again, this is part of the process of the expanding of the valley here. We're widening the valley, and you can see where these rocks probably fell off a while back. And of course, stream is less than 5 cubic feet per second, so that probably cannot move this huge piece of limestone here. And then again, the Guadalupe River is a meandering stream, and this is kind of the basin drainage here, and it just meanders all the way down, kind of that way. It flows back around to the backside. You can see pretty interesting formations that occur during the weathering and erosion processes, and again the deposition here. And of course, as we're on the outer edge of the stream, it's a little deeper from all the saltation and traction that takes place that deepens this portion of the river bank. So here we go. We got some of the river. There's not too much flow going. Again, it's about less than 5 cubic feet per second is the rate here. And we see some more biological and chemical erosion happening here. You see as the trees growing and wedging through the limestone here, as this bluff gets widened from the river flow. And this would be the cut bank side of it, as the meander comes towards us, towards this way, and makes its way back around that way. As you can kind of see the curve here, you just see like a nice smooth section where the limestone separated. Pretty clean cut. And I believe in time this process will unfold here. It's only a matter of time. You can see a pretty good fissure right there. See the fissure going down, and pretty soon it's gonna shear off this large stone. And you know, up in the hill country, we do get slightly colder weather than maybe San Antonio and southern San Antonio, and so it has been known to freeze up here. And so as the weather will change during the winter season, all the precipitation will make its way into the fissures and work in conjunction with some of the pots that are made from the carbonic acid in the rainwater. And as the water falls and runs through the fissure here, especially during the cold seasons, it'll freeze and the ice will expand, and the frost wedging will definitely contribute to the fracturing, the erosion here of this boulder. What it'll look like, and eventually gravity will do its work. It'll knock it back down below, and the erosion process will continue. We have another tree growing out there. As well. So we see that the roots will start to. All right, so that pretty much concludes my trip here to the Guadalupe River State Park, and very useful information. I can definitely say it's gonna change my perspective, and as I bring my family out here, I'll be looking at all the different chemical and biotic processes that happen to the rocks that I find in the streams. I already found myself correcting my kids. This is some of the processes that have been taking place. So really been a great experience, and appreciate y'all and this time, and everyone have a good one.